What is going on, guys? It's Thulian and we're back with another commentary video. And rather than being the 15,000th content creator to contribute to the same mindless cesspool of the same points made against one specific target, I'm gonna make a commentary about something that no one would actually give a fuck about. Because it's not in my best interest to make a video going over the exact same points that every other YouTuber has made about one specific Twitch streamer. Although that would generate me a lot more views than what this video will get. But while this one criminal is attracting everyone else's attention, I'm going after someone else. I'm going after a criminal that in my eyes is a lot bigger and a lot worse of an issue than what the rest of YouTube is going after right now. So even though I could get a lot more views if I made a different video, in the words of Ed Wunsler,
fuck it, I said we go get the motherfucker.
And that even larger criminal is a company that I was once very fond of, OnePlus. Even if you're involved in the tech community just a little bit, you know you've heard of these guys. This phone vendor has evolved into pretty much a second-tier flagship company that has made it pretty much all over the world. And year after year, their phones were well priced, for the most part, and they performed really well over a nice, clean software, which was so refreshing to see from a Chinese Android vendor. But unfortunately, 2020 has negatively shaped OnePlus's image, at least in my eyes. And this isn't even about the pricing of the OnePlus 8 series, or how they used to be able to fit the flagship specs into a $400 phone, but now their modern $400 phones are using plastic builds and lower tier chips. No, instead, this video is going after their software. But their software has been good for so long, so why am I doing this? I mean, for the longest of times, on any YouTube phone review of OnePlus phones, you're gonna hear about that nice, clean, fast Oxygen OS. Well, unfortunately, that nice, clean, bloatware-less Oxygen OS is coming to an end. Because, ladies and gentlemen, OnePlus might truly be following in the steps of Samsung. Within the past few days, OnePlus has signed a deal with Facebook that is allowing Facebook to put pre-installed bloatware into OnePlus's Oxygen OS. To any phone fans or tech fans, that's gotta feel like a fucking samurai blade going straight through your heart. Here in America, we don't get to access the Realme phones, the Xiaomi phones, the Redmi phones of the world. We're pretty much stuck with LG, Moto, Samsung, and OnePlus in terms of Android. And out of all those brands I just listed, the only ones that are known for having clean Android is pretty much Google and OnePlus. But with OnePlus pretty much ruining their crystal clean image of Oxygen OS by letting Facebook become pre-installed on it, Google's pretty much the only company that Americans have left for good, clean, stock Android. I'm looking at you, Essential. God, they could have been so much better. But back to the topic, let's discuss what this means for OnePlus and for OnePlus users. Now, to the best of my understanding, I'm pretty sure this will only start taking effect on the OnePlus 8 series and after, so 6T users like myself or 7 users won't be too affected by this. However, for the people who purchased the OnePlus 8 expecting good, clean software, I apologize deeply. Because we all know the data mining and many controversies about private information that Facebook has been involved in. I mean, just think of the silly fucking meme with Zuck, Cyborg Zuck. And for the customers, that means a lot bigger risk of data breaching, because the only reason Facebook wants to do this with OnePlus is so that they can get data for advertising. That's the only profit Facebook really gets out of this. So in terms of the users, I would just be a lot more worried about my private data if I was using a OnePlus device. And yes, for the OnePlus 8 series and for more advanced users, there is an XDA developer's tutorial on how to basically uninstall the bloatware, but future OnePlus phones could have a workaround for that, we'll never know. And now let's talk about what OnePlus gets out of this deal with Facebook. The main answer is a fuck ton of money. Because Facebook really wants people's data so that they can advertise properly. So that if they can get that by any means necessary, they will pay the cash. And OnePlus tried to argue that if it's pre-installed, that means that Facebook Messenger and Facebook the app can run better. But not everyone uses fucking Facebook. And as one anonymous user from the OnePlus forum said, please let us decide if we want to install an app or not. Now from my perspective, I plan to buy the next OnePlus phone to release in May, so not the 8T but the phone after that, presumably the 9. And unless XDA Developers gives all users a way to escape the Facebook bloatware with the OnePlus 9, I probably won't be buying it anymore. And I really do love Android, but if vendors keep being greedy and keep doing this shit to threaten personal data of their users, I might just have to return to iOS. And that honestly means a lot because I think iOS is just really fucking boring, and Apple puts in enough bloatware as it is on that OS. But at least with like the Apple TV app or the Watch app, it's not trying to breach my fucking personal data like Facebook is on Android. But that's pretty much all I have to say, so we'll see you guys, have a good one.